What's going on, guys? Gomes here, back again on another MLB The Show 21 Diamond Dynasty video. I can only speak for myself. I'm not sure about y'all, but I don't particularly like to lose. I look at a team like the Colorado Rockies and say, I'd rather not be them. So when it comes to MLB 21, there's about two options you have. One of which would be, it's that time of the month, it's the Friday night date night for your parents, had a couple too many mimosas, and, they're passed out asleep. You put on your favorite ski mask and grab the MasterCard. The other way, bit more challenging, would just be playing the game. Now, we're talking about that one today. Team Affinity. If you missed the video talking about the best ways to get them fast, it's going to be up in the right-hand corner, if I remember. If not, just look through my channel's videos. And we're going to detail the best ones that you guys should be going after in this one. So, leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel would be very much appreciated. We just hit 51. Why not 52? Let's up the stakes a bit each day. And let's get into this one. So, as I said, Team Affinity is very important this year. There's a lot of great cards. I don't know if there's as many truly desirable ones this year opposed to last year, just because I think the pre-order diamonds, let's say if you have two of them, they are very comparable also in that 42 card series. But I'm going to talk about, I think, 11 that I do definitely recommend that you guys get. I currently have one, but I have 9 showdowns worth of vouchers to do, so I technically have 4, but you just can't see them yet. So talking about the NL West, I think this is a pretty stacked one here. I have 3 that I recommend. The first being Ketel Marte. Now, truth be told, are his attributes bewildering? Not necessarily, but also not necessarily. 77, 103 contact, 58, 80 power, really good vision. He has gold defense at center, which is his primary position, but he can also play all the middle infield. He can play the entire outfield with about 70 speed. He always has a fantastic swing. He's a switch hitter, which is going to give him boost for me. A lot of the time, what you're going to want to look for with these Team Affinities is a bench bat, somebody who you can platoon, and that's what Ketel Marte really is. And you have to remember parallels this year. It is really easy to get the green parallel, to get the first one. It is still, I've seen a lot of people get orange parallels by now, and these purple, red, and superfractor parallels are going to take a bit longer, but even getting up to green, that's +2s on everything. So he's going to hit about 70 speed. He's going to obtain gold defense no matter where you put him. So you really have to factor in those things as well. On top of Ketel, always just has a fan favorite swing. A Gomer favorite swing. Speaking of great swings, get this shit out of the water. Max Muncy, by far my favorite card, usually at launch. Doesn't matter if he's gold, doesn't matter if he has an upgraded card right away. I am swoon over Maximilian here. 55 and 66 or 67 contact, if my eyesight corrects me. 197 power respectively. Vision doesn't blow you away, but it is there. It's above 50. 78 fielding, which is pretty damn good for Max Muncy, which means he's going to have silver defense at first, second, or third, wherever you want to play him. 60 speed, and again, he's only going to get better as you play with him. He has a swing where I don't think the contact, I don't think the vision matters too much. Just get incredible launch angles, and I end up getting incredible exit velo results with Max Muncy. I literally used his gold card last year for I think 2-3 weeks. I had diamonds at second base, but they just weren't as good as Max here, so he is by far one of my favorites to pick. Trent Grisham, talking about another lefty here in the NL West. 96 fielding. Crazy. There's actual people who believe just because he missed that one play in the wild card game in 2019 that he's not a good defender. A pish posh, I tell you. 74 arm isn't exactly awesome, but it's not horrible. It's okay. I do recommend playing him either left field, probably left field, because he's going to have 92 speed, ton of range over there, and you're not going to have to rely on his arm too much where you would in center and right field. Shorter throws to third base, for example, and again, he has a great swing. You have You've probably come to the conclusion by now if you've been watching for a while, I definitely do fetishize left-handers, and Grisham is no different. 84 power, 71 against lefties. Offensively, not the best card, but I think you're really going to want range in the outfield this year, especially towards the beginning where everybody's playing on veteran difficulty and balls are getting smacked around the park. So the NL West, I recommend those three right there. Moving on to the NL Central. Checks notes to see who I recommend here. The first of which could be Luis Castillo. He only has 4 pitches, but I think they are 4 quite good pitches at that. He has 88, 81 on his hit and K per 9, both of which are going to diminish your opponent's PCI size. Then the 72 BB9, of course, goes into control, goes into that perfect accuracy region. Circle, 4-seam, sinker, and slider. If you're only going to have 4, I like those 4 a lot. A circle changeup as the primary pitch is intriguing, and typically something I do like a lot. The horse face is going to have to come down quick here. He throws hot. 97, 98 on the 4-seam, good on the sinker as well. No outlier here, but we can actually see control, which is better than you might think. About 80 on that circle changeup. I'm not too sure if these are affected by you getting them parallel, your control, your velocity. I don't think so, but I could be wrong. And then tons of break. 80 break is the lowest he has, and it just incrementally works up. 85 on the sinker, 86 on the slider, so really good stuff there. We're going to talk about JackFlaherty, so I don't have to pop my ugly mug up yet. 5 pitches here, 96 hit 9, stamina a little bit low, but it's not the end of the world. You're going to have some negative aspects about cards early on. 69, a nice, or rather not so nice amount of BB9. 94 on the 4-seam. He does throw a sinker, of course. And then when you look at his control and you look at his break, it's quite good. 90 on the knuckle curveball, 80 and 82 respectively on the slider and the sinker, rounding of course, and good control as well. You're really going to want to start hitting R3 to toggle the pitch attributes, because it is going to tell many tales, and it is a book that you are going to want to read, damn it. Moving on to Kentahira, who doesn't have a first base secondary or primary, which is weird because that's where he plays now, but 114 power versus righties is so damn good. It's really hard to explain, even in layman's terms, how good that is early part of the year, especially with 91 contact versus righties. And you get him up to green parallel, he's going to have silver defense at second base. Speed is kind of average for second, not great, not terrible. Could be Robinson Cano speed, but I guess if Hira sticks a needle in his arm, he might gain a little bit of speed as well. So yeah, this Kentahira card has a great swing as well, and definitely recommend it. So once again, 3 out of the NL Central that I do think are going to be worth your while. Moving on to the NL East, gonna try and speed things up a little bit. Don't want this to be too long, take up too much of your time here. Sixto Sanchez, say goodbye. Sixto is probably my favorite pitcher out of the bunch. Changeup, again, I do like that a lot as a primary. Sink, 4-seam, slider, and a curveball. The 4-seam is gonna maybe hit even 100. And the sinker has the outlier 2 quirk on it. He has 79 and 79 both on his hit and K per 9. But what really separates him from the rest is 84 BB9. And when you look at his control, it is okay. So that's going to work in tandem with his BB9, but his break is really what surprises me. He is essentially maxed out break on his changeup and his sinker, 90 on the 4-seam, then 80 and 70 on his respective breaking balls. I like to call that pretty good shit. I definitely think he is worth it, and I think that's really the only one of the NL East that I think you should go after. Not a huge fan of the Patrick Corbin. The Dom Smith is cool, but there's a plethora of options that you can find at that first base / outfield platoon role, and he's not a particularly good defensive outfielder to begin with. Joey Gallo is, of course, probably the best, I would say. Yes, the vision's not good. Yes, the contact is atrocious, but the power is quite substantial. 108 and 110. Excuse me? And I mean, good lord. Diamond defense and maxed arm? at all outfield positions, and third obviously doesn't really matter at first base, but he's going to have 56 speed, which is enough. I definitely recommend you have him in left field, right field, have somebody pretty fast out in center. But Joey Gallo hits tanks. We know this. Gameplay of him is coming up later today. Make sure to stick on for that one. Yordan Alvarez, kind of an honorable mention right here. He does essentially everything Gallo does offensively. He has more contact, but just the fielding and only 42 speed. I think there's a certain level of speed, certain aspect where it just becomes a bit unplayable. 42 is tough. You're gonna have to have, I don't know, Usain Bolt out in center to make it work, make that relationship work. Franmil Reyes, he is a little bit more, not that much more. Again, you're going to have some quick motherfucker out in center if this is going to be working out for you. But great contact, great power. Again, like Yordan, you can't really go wrong with these guys. He is a bit better defensively as well. These will more so be bench bats. You know, not my favorites, but definitely viable if you want to get them. Nico Goodrum. Again, kind of like a Ketel Marte, switch hitter. Doesn't blow you away offensively, but he does have 92 fielding at shortstop. 83 arm is plenty. That's good enough. And he can play everywhere but catcher, and maybe if you ask him nicely, he might even pitch. 80 speed, like I said, great defense, 150 contact against lefties, and good enough power. He hits the threshold against right-handers, and he has a great swing. That really does play a lot into effect. Salvador Perez is probably the best option at catcher right now. I think he's kind of there with Piazza. I'm not sure who I'd rather have. But he has good enough defense, 76 blocking, 77 arm. Only two attributes I really look at as far as catchers go. 85 and 90 power, decent amount of contact, about 70 aside. Good vision at 80, so going to have a decent size PCI. Although I would remember that only contact affects PCI, so disregard what I just said there. It is a good card either way. Then moving on to the AL least, I like to call it, because not great options, you know. Mad that we didn't get Randy. Giancarlo Stanton's definitely there. 95, 106 power. The contact's alright, 79 against lefties. I do like his swing. I'm aware not everybody does, though. He has good arm, 86, which is playable about anywhere. 63 speed. Would probably limit that to the corners, but if you had to, I guess he could play center. And he's going to have silver defense no matter where you put him, so Stanton's always a good option. You know, I do like a nice right-handed strong bat with a good arm, which Stanton does come with. But Santander, I also think, is quite sexy in this game. The only downside is his arm, which is at 68, not ideal. For some reason, he can't play left field. I'm not sure why. If you can play one corner, one would think you could play the other, because he would be a lot better at left field due to his low arm. But 79, 89 power. He's really balanced for a switch hitter, has good vision, has 60 speed, and another good switch hitting swing, which you're going to want those in your lineup. If you're new to Diamond Dynasty, one of the mainstays of the game is having a diversified lineup in terms of handedness. That is crucial. You can't just have a bunch of righty stacks. You can't have all 9 hitters be left-handers like the Rays did in that one game, damn it. They won, though. You know, worked out. Kevin Cash, a genius, except when it comes to deciding should I keep or should I pull my starting pitcher in Game 6 of the World Series. But yeah, like I said, I have Gallo right now. The ones I'm probably going to redeem with those vouchers is going to be Muncy, play him at second base. Probably get a pitcher. I think I would get either Sixto or Flaherty. And then probably one more. We'll see about that. But if you guys did enjoy this video, leave a like down below. Again, gameplay with some of these cards coming tonight. Make sure and stay tuned. Love the support on the first gameplay and loving the support on the channel. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the game. Hopefully you guys are enjoying my content. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys have a good day. There's GomesDaLegend.